Hey guys, come on downstairs. Today we're playing Utah Jazz NBA All-Time Team Season here on Mama's Basement. We are at the Amway Center in Orlando, Florida to take on the Orlando Magic. It's game 17. We come in at 6-10. The Magic come in at 7-8. We pick things up in the first quarter with 4 minutes to go. Jazz leading by 5. Shaq has it down on the block. He's going to go left to right. Across the lane against Karl Malone. Scoop it back up with the left hand. And he gets the roll. 24-18 Jazz with 2:15 to go. Stockton yo-yos on the left side, looking for his teammates to set something up. Stockton holds. Big Mark comes out to set the screen for him. Jameer Nelson gets around it nicely. Skips it over to Griffith, and Karl Malone hits the shot from the baseline. I got Blake Griffin trade to Detroit on my mind here. So, 29-21, Jazz lead with a minute left in the first quarter. John Stockton over to the left side to AK. Down on the block to Karl Malone. Back out to the corner. Stockton fires up the three and knocks it down. At the end of the first quarter, the Jazz lead 34-21 here on the road. Looking for win number 7 on the year. Darren Williams now. Jazz have lengthened the lead out to 17. Williams. Millsap comes to set the screen. Williams goes the opposite way. Kicks it back out to Gordon Hayward. Hayward drives to the right. Stops at the elbow. Pops. Goes glass. And lengthens the lead out to 19. Here come the Magic. Jameer Nelson. We got 9.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Jazz have jumped out to an early big lead. Dennis Scott has it at the top of the key, guarded by Gordon Hayward. D3 holding. Down on the block to Shaq, and he's got Daryl Griffith on him. That's not going to work out in the Jazz favor anytime soon. 44-27. Jazz with the lead now with 9:15 to go in the second quarter. Gobert comes out to set the screen for D. Will. He kicks it back to Hayward. Hayward has Shaq on him. They don't use that mismatch. Over to the right side, Daryl Griffith rattles home the three. It's 47-27. Jazz lead by 20. Same score. Tracy McGrady looking down the barrel. Shot no. Rebound pulled down by Paul Millsap. He outlets it to Darren Williams on the left side. Williams kicks it back to Millsap on the run, trailing the play, and he hits the 20-footer. 8 minutes to go in the second now. Williams over to the corner to Gordon Hayward. He lets the shot go, falling away out of bounds. No good. Rebound, batted around, and then Horace Grant pulls it down. Outlet to Penny Hardaway. Hardaway throws it up for Shaquille O'Neal, and there is the Penny-Shaq combination. What might have been if those two had stayed together and Penny stayed healthy. Hardaway out to Grant Hill. Grant Hill guarded by Hayward. He goes around the screen from Shaq. Raises from 18. Shot no good. Rebounded by Rudy Gobert. He outlets it to Darren Williams. Williams is going to stop in transition and hit the three. Jazz lead is out to 23, and we would hold a 29-point lead, or 28-point lead, to do my math right, at the end of the first half. Stockton with 16 points, 3 assists. Penny Hardaway has 10 points, 4 assists, and a rebound for the Magic. Jazz have 8 steals to 1. Orlando turning the ball over, and that is why you see such a huge deficit. Out to Karl Malone now. Malone to Karolinko. 3 off the back of the rim, rebounded by Big Mark. He kicks it back out to Karolinko to Karl Malone. Stockton challenges Penny Hardaway and McGrady at the rim. And good if it goes, it is gone. Stockton, with a chance for the three-point play, goes to the line to give the Jazz a 32-point lead here early in the third. Jazz running away with this one at this point. We'll see if the Magic have a little run in them. Stockton around the screen from Malone. Gets in the air and throws it away. Stockton could do that every once in a while. Not too often, though, but sometimes he would get in the air with nothing to do. So, 86-50. Jazz leading by 36. 5.5 minutes to go in the third. Shaq swings it over to Tracy McGrady from the angle. He hits the three. Down to a 29-point lead now. Dennis Scott down on the block against Karl Malone. That is not where you want to get D3 the ball against the mailman. And Karl Malone knocks it away. Magic still have it. Here's Jameer Nelson. Fall away from the angle. Crazy three. It goes down. At the end of the third quarter, the Jazz would lead 94-68. As we head to the fourth, 9.5 minutes to go. Orlando has cut the lead from 36 down to 26. 96-70. Crossover by Darren Williams. Williams back out to Pistol Pete. Pistol Pete goes to the left. Fading away towards the baseline, hits the shot over Nick Anderson. Jazz lead is at 27 now with 7 minutes to go. Here is Brian Shaw into the game for the first time. Brian Shaw down on the block to Shaq. Shaq has Big Al on his back. He kicks it back out to Jameer Nelson. Nelson around the screen from Shaq. He misses, but Shaquille O'Neal is there for the follow. Down to a 23-point lead now. Darren Williams guarded by Jameer Nelson. D. Will. Long shot from the baseline. No good. Rebounded by Shaq. He's going to outlet it to Brian Shaw. Shaw stops at the three-point line, and he'll set things up. Pistol is guarding him. Over to the left side, Jameer Nelson guarded by Darren Williams. Back to Outlaw. He'll hand to Brian Shaw. Shaw around the screen from Shaq. He's still got Pistol on him. Crossover step back. Brian Shaw. Nice shot by Coach Shaw. 107-87. I don't even know where Brian Shaw is these days. He's coaching somewhere, I thought. An assistant coach somewhere. 107-87. 3:30 to go in the game. Long three rattles down for Grant Hill. And it's 107-90. Lead is all the way down to 17, but it might be a little bit too late here with 3.5 minutes to go in the game. Stockton down on the baseline to Karl Malone. Karl Malone backing in on Horace Grant. Karl Malone pump fake. Little fall away from the baseline. That was a shot Karl Malone could make back in the day. Gets the friendly rims, though, on that one. 111-94. Time running out here. The Jazz are going to cruise to a victory in this one. Stockton around the screen, back to Karl Malone. Karl Malone steps into the paint. Shot off the glass is good. And the Jazz win 114-96. John Stockton, 24 points, 7 assists, 3 steals, 3 turnovers. Shaq had 26 points, 15 rebounds, an assist, a steal, 4 blocks, and 4 turnovers for Orlando. So the Jazz shoot 44%, Orlando shoots 51% from the field. We hit 15 of 33 from downtown. That was a big reason that we blew this team out. Fast break points, 26-16 for us. The Magic dominated us in the paint, 56-36, and their bench actually outscored us 44-39. Let's look at some league leaders here on the all-time NBA team season. Karl Malone comes in at second in our scoring leaders behind Dirk Nowitzki. Karl's averaging 22.4 points per game. In third is Cleveland LeBron James. Derrick Rose in fourth. And Miami Heat LeBron James in fifth. DeMar DeRozan, McAdoo, and T-Mac round out the top 8 in our scoring leaders. Michael Jordan nowhere to be seen. That is interesting. Big Mark leading the league in rebounding with 12.8 a game. An entire rebound ahead of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar of the Milwaukee Bucks. Wes Unseld at third. Wilt Chamberlain at fourth. Golden State, Wilt Chamberlain at fifth. Karl Malone comes in at sixth, averaging 10.9 rebounds per game. So we're really dominating the glass in our starting lineup with Big Mark and Karl Malone. On to assists. Magic Johnson with 12 assists per game is in first. New Orleans Chris Paul is in second. Clippers Chris Paul is in third. Oscar Robertson in fourth. Miami LeBron in fifth. T-Mac from the Magic in sixth. Cleveland's LeBron in seventh. And Tim Hardaway in eighth. John Stockton nowhere to be seen in the top 8. Hopefully he will climb up the ladder as the season progresses, up to where he belongs, somewhere in the top 3 to 5, if not number 1. Jason Kidd, 3.4 steals per game, leads the league by a long ways. Nets Jason Kidd, that is. Tim Hardaway in second with 2.7. Rick Barry, LeBron James of the Heat, Magic Johnson, Scottie Pippen, and there's Michael Jordan in steals per game leaders, and Walt Frazier at 8th from the New York Knicks. Next up, we're going to take a look at the blocks category, and that is led by Alonzo Mourning with 2.9 blocks per game. 76ers Wilt, Magic Shaq, Bob Lanier of the Pistons, Bob Pettit of the Hawks, Shaq of the Lakers, Bill Walton of the Blazers, and Dikembe Mutombo of the Hawks, all in the leaders in blocks. I would think Big Mark should be in there somewhere eventually. He does hold the NBA record for averaging 5-point-something blocks per game back in like 1984. That's a ridiculous number, over 5 blocks per game. All right, 3-point makes per game is led by Drazen Petrovic. 3.7 threes made per game. Rockets, Tracy McGrady, Dirk Nowitzki, Steph Curry, Michael Redd of the Bucks, Ray Allen Sonics Ray Allen, Allen Houston of the Knicks, and Rockets James Harden are your top 8 in three-point makes. Now we'll finish off here with three-point percentage, and that is led by Sonics Dale Ellis. That guy could flat out shoot. Penny Hardaway, surprisingly, is number 2. Joe Dumars, number 3. Glenn Rice, number 4. Wally Zerbiak, number 5. James Harden, 6. Kawhi Leonard, 7th. And Nick the Quick from the Denver Nuggets, Nick Van Exel, in 8th. So those are your three-point percentage leaders here in our all-time team season. To close out this episode, let's take a quick look at the Western Conference standings, where the Jazz sit in 11th place at 7-10. That is just a game and a half out of the 8th seed in the playoffs. If the playoffs were to start today, you would see the all-time Lakers go up against the Pelicans, the all-time Spurs against the all-time Thunder/Sonics, the all-time Warriors against the all-time Kings. That would be a good rivalry matchup there. And the all-time Rockets against the all-time Phoenix Suns in the 3-6. I do believe that we will get up there in the top 8 somewhere between 4 and 8, most likely. But that remains to be seen. We'll see how it goes here on Utah Jazz NBA All-Time Team Season here on Mama's Basement Sports Gaming.